Hello and welcome to On the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And let's see what's on the hook this week. I am busy on several projects all at one time, which I'm sure y'all all do, not just one at a time. Although I did have someone write to me and say, I only work on one work in progress at a time. I thought, how disciplined is that? I just can't do that. I'm all over the place. I've got ideas and I want to make sure that I start everything, even if I don't finish it right then. And today is no exception. So I want to talk about 4 projects that I have on the hook, and some are farther along than others, but I am planning to finish them very soon, all 4 of these. So the first project I want to talk about is the Armor Shawl by Holly Miller, who is the owner of the Proper Pineapple website and the YouTube channel. She's very good. I've been watching her for a long time. And she'd announced this pattern the other night, and I went right out and bought it. It was $5.99 on her, I think it was her Etsy shop. And I am working on it right now. Now, the yarn that I chose to do this pattern with is some that I bought at a Fiber Arts Festival. It is 95 wool, 5 nylon. And here's a picture of it. This is, of course, caked up. It was in a hank the last time I showed it to you, and it wasn't all that pretty, and it still isn't. I couldn't make it any prettier because I caked it, but I paid a lot of money for this, so I'm going to use it. So I decided I would use it to make Holly's shawl, the Armor Shawl, and so this is what I have done. On row 7, here's the center where she does the V shape. See how it goes like that, and it's going to grow, let's see, it's going to grow on this side. So it's growing on the V, this side. It's going to grow here. This is at the upper edge, like you would wear it on your neck like this. And we're going to grow it down here into a triangle. So I have 7 rows done, and it's interesting. It is interesting. Every row is a little bit different. See, she's got a little bit of a rib on this row because we're using front post, back post. And it's not a difficult pattern to do. Here's the end. It does come out into a little point. And then all the way across. And because this is nylon, it's very stretchy. And there's only 5% nylon in there, but it's very stretchy. And I'm working on this a few rows a day, trying to get it done. And I think the entire pattern calls for 39 rows plus an edging. And the edging is very simple along the bottom, so it's very simple. The thing about this is I'm using a yarn that is very busy, and you've heard me talk about this before. And I could have made this out of a very simple scarf, and it would have looked just about the same. But once you get up close to this, you can see the ridges and, you know, the interest there. But it's going to disappear with all these colors. So just remember that when you're selecting a pattern for some yarn that you buy. And it's either speckled or very colorful, or it's a mixy of colors, and you're looking at it going, I wonder how that would look made up in this pattern. Make sure the pattern is very simple, because otherwise you're kind of wasting your time. And I don't mean wasting your time, but I mean you could make better use of your time using a plain color, a solid color, or just a lightly changing color way on a difficult shawl. Now this is not a difficult shawl. I don't mean to say that. It's just interesting, and you're losing some of the interest using a yarn like this. So that's the only regret I have about starting this, but it's not because of the pattern at all. Holly, I love your pattern. It is so pretty, and it's going to be gorgeous when I get done. It's just that it's not going to show the detail like I would like for it to using a solid color or just like a muted several colors together. You would notice it there. So I just wanted to say those few things, and I am working on this. I will finish it because I paid a lot of money for that. I'll be finishing it. Now, last video I talked about some new yarn that I bought, the Premier Cotton, called Yellow Flash, I believe is the name of it. And it looks like a bumblebee. So I have started one of my designs in this yarn. I want to show it to you. Here it is. This is the yellow flash cotton fair ball of yarn right here. You can't get this everywhere. I don't mean to shake it like that. You can't get this everywhere. I can't remember where I got it. I think I got it at Michael's. And I didn't see it anywhere else, but it could be they were either out or I just didn't notice it on the websites, maybe Amazon or somewhere. But I did get this at Michael's. And I've done probably 12 rows on a top where you can see I've done maybe 3 rows of single crochet here, and then the rest is done in double crochet. I like the way this is coming out. It's sort of like the titmouse. I bring that up every time I talk. But it's sort of like the titmouse color from Knit Crate. It's very, very similar to that because the yellow is the bright color and it comes and goes, comes and goes. It is not stripy. And I like that. I like yarns that are not stripy. So I have started this and I'm excited about it because those are 2 of my very favorite colors together, yellow and charcoal or black. So I'm working on this, so I'm making that with a J-hook, just like I did the America Tank. I might put some sleeves in it because I have 3 balls of yarn of this. I only had 2 of the America Tank. So I might put some short sleeves on it or 3/4 sleeves. I don't know yet. When I get there, I'll let you know. But I just wanted to show you the progress that I've made. Just getting started, kind of getting a look at it and make sure I want to continue with this one. And I am. So that's that. And I am making it with a J-hook. The third project I have that I am actually almost finished with is the Yarnspirations Beachy, I'm sorry, I was calling it a beachy top. It's just Peachy Crochet Tank is the name of it. Just Peachy Crochet Tank from Yarnspirations. And you can go right on the website and find that. I might put a link down at the bottom in the description box. But I have now finished the 2 pieces. And what I did was, I didn't do it exactly by the pattern, which of course is how I work. But that's okay. A pattern is just an outline. And something simple like this, you can change it up if you want to. But I have completed the other side of the sweater. Now, I decided to put, it looks like 3 rows of single crochet along here. And this is going to be along the front. I'm going to put that along the front because otherwise I would have done single crochet along here. So I might as well just do it while I'm doing the 2 rectangles. So I did 3 rows of single crochet here, and then I continued on with a lace stitch, single crochet 2 rows, lace stitch, single crochet 2 rows. And then, let me see if I can find it on here because I made a mistake, which I'm prone to do. And right here between my fingers, I did 4 rows of lace instead of 3. I was watching television or something, and I just kept going. I was so excited about finishing this piece. I'm sorry, I get tickled when I think about it. I did 4 rows of lace. Right in the middle of it, you can't even tell. I mean, if you're just looking at it, you're not going to notice that because there are 3 rows of lace on either side of it. So what I did was what had happened was that when I did the other rectangle, I made it exactly like this one. So right in the middle, I did 4 rows of lace stitch, so it matches this one. So big deal, you know. Anyway, that's kind of how I adjusted the pattern. I haven't sewn it together yet, but this is how it's going to look. It's going to go over my shoulder like that. And then it's going to be sewn right here. I've got it too far. It's probably going to be about right there. And then it's going to hang over right about that far. And then I'm going to sew up the sides right here. So it will be sewn from about here down to the waist. And then in the back the same amount. And that's what it'll look like. It's kind of cutish. I'll wear it with a white tank probably. For summer, I don't think I'll be wearing it in the winter, but you never know. A little purple long sleeve knit shirt might look really cute with this. Anyway, I wanted to tell you that because when you make a mistake, see if there's something you can do to rectify it without ripping everything out. I'm not a big frogger at heart. I don't like to frog my stuff. I would rather fix it like I did in this case. Make the other piece to match it. It's not going to make one bit of difference. But it would if you had 4 rows of lace here and 3 there. It would probably bother you wearing it. You know, go, oh my gosh, this doesn't match this one. So that's what I did. I am making this out of cotton on denim, James Brett, which I dearly love. I love, love, love this yarn. I've been using it for months, and I've used it for several projects now, and one coming up I'm going to show you as well. So this is a cotton and acrylic mix, half and half, and it's 158 yards on a ball. I used 3 balls on this, and I'm into my 4th one, but I've just got to sew it up and maybe do some single crochet around the bottom. I might be able to get it out of 3 or 4 balls. I wouldn't suggest buying any less than that because they just really aren't that expensive. And you buy them small, so you don't have to buy this huge skein and only use a little bit of it. These are pretty short. They're 150 yards, so I think I bought 8, and I'm going to have quite a bit left over. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that. This is the shade CO24. They are not descriptive with their shades. I don't like that, but I've said that 100 times. This is also a double knitting size. This is a TK. It is not a fingering yarn, which is what I seem to end up with every time I go somewhere. I buy fingering yarn, and I really should be buying DK. But some of that yarn that I got from my friend Becky was a DK, and I'm really excited about that because it goes faster and it's just more substantial, and I like DK. I really do. Okay, those are 3 projects right there. The 4th project I have going, and in addition to a couple others that I mentioned the other day, this one is also with cotton on denim. This is the colorway CO23. It's pink and white. It is gorgeous in person. There's no halo. It's very, very soft. And I like the way it's wound. It's wound very tightly, and you can almost see, I wish I could show you that. I've tried to do this before. If you can see that, you can almost see how it's wound around. It's, okay, I don't know if it's going to. Anyway, sorry about that. Anyway, I wanted to show you that because it's an interesting yarn when you get it in your hand and you crochet with it. It's very easy to crochet, and the stitch definition is awesome. You can see every stitch. That can sometimes backfire on you, but anyway, I'm making a, what I call what did I call it? I'm calling this a Think Pink top because I'm thinking pink here. I haven't got any other colors in here but pink. I'm not lining it in white. I'm not edging it in white. I'm just making it out of pink. So I'm thinking pink on this top. I'm making it like the America Tank. It's very similar to that. This is the neck, and it just scoops down in the neck. And I'm not real excited about that white, but it doesn't show up that much when you're wearing it. It's just right here on the camera because it just blows that white out. But it is a little bit stripy, but I have to get over myself. All right, so I'm making it out of a double crochet stitch, and at the bottom I have, I believe it is 4 or 5 rows of single crochet. 4 or 5. I have to count them. I think that's 1, 2, 3. It's looks like 5 rows of single crochet. Now I'm putting sleeves in this, and I'm going to show you how to make the sleeves. This is really a full video's worth of instruction, but I can just show you this. As you're making the top, and you make the front and the back, we've done that many times, and you sew it at the shoulders, just the shoulders like this. You're going to sew it at the shoulders, and on one side you just turn it around so that the shoulder seam is here. Then you go over as far as you want to on either side, here to here, to make the sleeve. And in my case, I believe it was 22 stitches on each side of the shoulder seam. You start 22 stitches from the shoulder seam, which is here. You start there, all right? And then you just chain 3, attach your yarn, of course, and you want to chain 3 and double crochet all the way across. You're running this way now with your double crochets. And you double crochet as far down as you want to go, as long as you want to make the sleeve. And then when you go to sew up the sweater, you'll sew up the underarm of the sleeve along with the side seam of the sweater together. And you can make these sleeves any way you want. But the way I did it was I did 22 stitches on either side of the shoulder seam because that seemed to be a good place for me. For you, it might be 40. For somebody else, it might be 50. It might be 12. You know, it just depends on how big you want the sleeve around your arm. So what I did was I kind of measured it with a stitch marker on each end, 22 stitches, just kind of as a number I got. And then I tried it on. And when I tried it on, I could see how far the sleeve was going to go around like this. And I wanted to be sure that it would fit under my arm. So you want to make sure that that fits under your arm there. And when you're comfortable with that, and it's got a little bit of an ease, you don't want it real tight under there, but you don't want it flopping around either, like a crop top. You don't want that. So you would definitely try it on, make sure it's the right opening for you for a sleeve, and then just crochet back and forth till you get it as long as you want. And what I've done is I've made it right about this long, you can see that, and then I've put single crochet on the end. I'm finishing up, and actually I have finished this sleeve. Now, I don't know if you can see these, but there are stitch markers just randomly placed. There's some in halfway across, and there's some a third of the way across, or a fourth of the way across. And what I did there was I decreased a stitch in the middle of a row, and then a couple rows later, maybe on the third row, I decreased a quarter from the inside, from the sides of the sleeve. So, and when I did that, I took a small stitch marker and marked where I had done it, because you want to match it on the other side. But what that does is it pares the sleeve down just a little bit, because they will be boxy otherwise. Now, if you don't mind them being boxy, that is awesome. It just less trouble. But for me, if you can see, the bottom of the sleeve is smaller than the top of the sleeve. And that's because I decreased probably 2, 4, 6 times. I decreased one stitch where the markers are, and that way it's a little bit smaller at the bottom. And when I get it sewn up, I'll show it to you. You can make your own decision. You can say, I don't want that, I don't want to fool with that, or how easy is that? That's really easy to do, and I'm going to try it. Or you can make them boxy sleeves. They're kind of cute like that. I like that. And you can put some lace on the end, like I did the picnic time sweater. And all those playlists are on my website. The sweaters playlist will have the summertime picnic time sweater on it, and the America Tank is on there, and you can kind of look at that to see how to scoop the neck. I've got the instructions on there how to do that. So I just wanted to show you this. I am almost done with it. I mean, I have to make one more sleeve, and then I have to sew it up and probably put an edging around the neck, and I'll probably do that too. But it's turning out very nicely, and it's really an experiment for my viewers. I really want to show y'all that there are different ways to make a sweater fit you, and you not have to have a very intricate and complicated pattern to follow. And you can just do it with a regular crochet fabric. It doesn't have to be fancy and be full of all kinds of weird stitches and posts and fronts and backs and all that. You can do that if you want to. It is totally up to you. But the measurement is all you really need to make it fit you. So otherwise, it's your design. It's your design. And I want my viewers to make their own tops, to be creative and to try things new, interesting things that you can do with a pattern in your mind. And you say, I think I want a sleeve on this. And you know how to put a sleeve in 1, 2, or 3 different ways, you know. So it's up to you. It's up to you to make the sweater yours and to make you be the person it's fitting. So I wanted to show you those projects in the works and invite you back next time to find out what's on the hook.